I
All
text
right.
her if I should leave. No reply for 15 minutes. I ask her to call me and she says not now. I said okay soon.
I ain't gonna lie, you gonna catch me at the ring camera like these. Where you at? And welcome back to the goddamn channel. We got Am I the A-hole? These are gonna be Reddit stories, and we're gonna be, you know what? Let's gamble! We're gonna be gambling if the person in the story is the asshole or not. Is she wrong for feeling jealous of her ex who keeps hanging around her current boyfriend? I'm gonna put my parlay on no. She's not the a-hole. Let's get it going.
So my BF Dylan and I have been dating for almost 5 years.
Okay.
And he proposed 9 months ago.
Got it. Yo, Skull, do me a favor and put music behind this. I know the hey, wait. I know the YouTube people have like low attention spans and they need like constant movement and stimulation. So let's keep them stimulated. Put some music behind this, okay? Thank you.
However, at the time we were only friends since I was dating my ex, Jason.
Okay.
Long story short, he cheated multiple times.
Dang!
And we broke off. That's when I went to college, where I started dating Dylan.
Shout out
They only knew
Dylan.
each other from high school but never had an actual friendship. Well, Dylan decided to host a party in order to celebrate our engagement, and
Okay.
one of his friends brought Jason. And
Oh, that's messy. You hurt my feelings. Don't make fun of my ADHD. I'm sorry to make fun of your ADHD. It's totally okay and normal to have. See, I'm helping you by moving around so you can listen to what I'm saying. You're a dickhead. I'm sorry. If it means anything, I probably got that stuff too, bro.
or even have dinner together constantly. At
Okay.
first, I didn't think too much of it, but now I am uncomfortable. I talked about this with Dylan after he came back home from work. I
Right.
established that his friendship with Jason is concerning to me and how he spends more time with him, but told me I was exaggerating.
Okay, let me try to put myself in a situation. Imagine I dated a girl that dated Stanley and she didn't like that I was hanging out with Stanley because Stanley is her ex, even though Stanley cheated. Actually, I wouldn't be friends with someone that cheated that many times on their boyfriend. Actually, yeah, Stanley cheated that many times on his boyfriend. I don't think I would be friends with them, actually. I think she's valid since Jason cheated on her multiple times.
We kinda had an argument about how Jason cheated and lied to me for years.
Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. Defending that is crazy. Dang, yeah, so I might be right.
And how could he be okay with that? He said that people can change and that he didn't mean it, blah blah blah. We didn't talk much after that, but then he apologized and told me he'll take me to dinner at my favorite restaurant the next day in order to compensate for the time we haven't had these weeks. I was really excited. I even went to get my hair done and bought a
Do not tell me he invited Jason, bro. Don't tell me he invited Jason.
really pretty dress that afternoon. We'd see each other at the restaurant since he can't get out of work earlier. Well, an hour passed and there was no sign of him. I started to get worried and called him repeatedly. Then he arrived, looking terrible. He was drunk and even
He was drunk?
smelled like cigarettes. I asked him
Ew.
where he was at and tried to avoid the question. I asked him again and his guilty face told me everything. He was with Jason.
Does he want to pipe him?
I was livid and left the restaurant. We had an argument outside, and he confessed that he'd promised Jason to go with him to visit this new bar at his house and didn't want to fail him.
So you fail your wife instead? No, the boyfriend's the a-hole. The boyfriend's the a-hole.
But I said it seemed he cared more about him than us, that he should get married to him if he is that important.
Dead
He
ad,
said he was
though.
the only one who understands him.
Your wife don't understand you?
Like me. I exploited and told him that if he doesn't cut him off, then I won't marry him. He started crying and called me an off for putting him
He's crying over this dude.
in that position. Then he left. Now his mom and sister are calling me also the and manipulative of his life. I'm at my sister's house, but I really don't know if what I did makes me the or not.
No, it
When
doesn't.
Jason called me. He asked me if we could see each other to talk about something. He didn't discuss.
Yo, your skin is ugly, boy. That's not. Who's Notch? I don't. Is that a Minecraft YouTuber? I'm sorry. Please don't. I was gonna make a joke. I'm not gonna make the joke. Wait, Notch is racist. I know Notch. No. I don't give a. Hey, man, I'm gonna make my joke. I was gonna say, please don't touch my younger sibling or something. Yeah, that nigga racist, bro. That's a curse. We don't have a cursing parlay up. I don't care. But he's Notch though. The only Notch I care about is I'm playing. Let me make sure I'm being right, because I probably just. Hold up. I hope I didn't just put allegations on a random person. Oh no, he has done racist stuff though. Okay. No, that's the right guy. That's the guy I was thinking about. He's still the GOAT. I don't give a fuck about anything that nigga's done. I ain't gonna lie.
That he has changed, and he's a better man now. I went straight to the point and asked him what he wanted. He continued by saying that he only was telling me this because he cares and wants me to be happy. The thing is that Dylan is gay.
You what? Oh, I see. Okay. All right.
Not bi, gay.
Lavender wedding.
Jason has known since high school because he cheated on me with Dylan.
Holy Jesus.
You're still the a-hole. You're just a gay a-hole. Pause.
I knew Jason was a cheater because someone sent me pics of him kissing other girls, but I never saw him with a guy, so I didn't know he was bi. He said it was just a fling, and cut contact with him after it and for a long time. Then Dylan reached out to invite him to a party. Yes, our engagement party.
Oh my god! No, like, I don't care if you're gay or not. You're an a-hole for that. Inviting your freaking inviting your manstress to your engagement party, no matter the circumstances, no matter if you're in the closet or not, you're still an a-hole, bruh.
Where he cheated on me with Jason again. We didn't live together at the time, so when I thought
oh my god!
he was in his house, he was actually banging him. Jason realized what they did was wrong, and that he didn't want me to be with an like Dylan. So he flirted with Dylan in order to make him leave me so I could find someone who can actually treat me
Crazy tactic.
the way I deserve. At first, he thought Dylan will do it, but little by little realized he won't let me go cause he is so afraid to tell the world he is gay. Jason threatened him that if he loved him he'd leave me. Dylan refused, so Jason pretended to lose interest in him. Dylan became obsessed and afraid he'd leave, so every time he could, he'd talk to him, see him, etc. But since he never confessed his true self, he decided to tell me, so I just don't waste more time with him. I couldn't hold my tears. I was so heartbroken I didn't realize Jason was
This poor woman.
Continued saying that he was sorry, but I needed to know the truth and that if I ever need anything I can call him. I left and packed all my stuff from the house. I took everything and went back to my sister's. There's still no sign of Dylan. He hasn't even called or texted. Nothing, and I'm starting to believe what Jason said, it's actually true. I am feeling betrayed, lied to, and mad. I don't know what to do next, but at least I know the truth. Thank you for reading.
Yeah, that's an easy predict. Yeah, she was not the a-hole. Is she wrong for listening to his therapy session? Oh yeah, she's wrong. Invading someone's therapy session under any circumstances, you're wrong. So I'm gonna put my money on her being the a-hole. She is the a-hole. Let's go.
My girlfriend came home to me on therapy through telehealth. She heard me talking about her and chose to listen for about 30 minutes before I realized she was home. She stormed out and was extremely angry at me.
Wait, run it back?
Chose to live through telehealth. She heard me talking about her and chose to listen for about 30 minutes before I realized she was home. She stormed out and was extremely angry at me.
That's
I'd been
crazy.
talking about our relationship, and had in the heat of emotions, jumped to hurtful conclusions about how people around me feel about her, which I worry that I misconstrued in my speaking as dislike.
But you're allowed to speak that way in therapy, bro. You're allowed to talk before you have the thoughts completely together. That's the point of therapy.
I had also been talking about our relationships, some stresses, getting everything out and just talking through it. She says she feels betrayed and like she was stabbed in the back over this. I feel awful.
Well, I had to hear what he said.
To interpret my feelings on this appropriately either, and I have been responding with anger. How do I proceed? What do I do? Sorry for the small details. It's for privacy's sake. Edit. I do want to add, other than what has been stated here, I did not say anything directly mean about her. I've only talked about issues we've had and how those around me might view her, and not my therapist. She is upset I would share any information about our relationship or what she's been struggling with anyone, including my therapist.
Bro, no, that's like what?
Update. Hello.
Wait, what'd you say?
What you say?
Nah, give me the context, bro. Come on, bro.
Conversation, and the huge fallout that came of it. It's
Please.
been a couple weeks and a lot has happened. I took everything everyone had said from my previous post, and read it multiple times to really get my head where I need to be. I realized that she shouldn't have listened, and that was on her. We had an argument not long after I had made the post. She blamed me for everything.
Wait, I want to know what you said. Oh, I can't be messy, bro.
Said many hurtful things. I was leaning towards breaking up when her whole script flipped. She acted like she was in the wrong about everything. Made me feel like she was going to change for the better. She wasn't. I took a step back from pure relationship for 2 days. I wanted to really reflect and think. She didn't honor that wish, and she didn't have any plans to. But after reading all the comments and reflecting, I realized I was in a toxic relationship, where I was cutting off my friends and family for this person that I would never be enough for. I ended up breaking up with her. It hurt a lot, but I thank you all so much for helping me see to what needed to be done. I couldn't have done it if it weren't for all of your advice. I wanted to give this little up.
I'm glad you're out of this situation. I'm glad you had fun. I want it to be messy though. I missed. Why is it still spinning? Get this off my screen, bro! Is he wrong for breaking up with her after she went out without telling him? Ooh! See, this one depends on the context. This one depends on the context. Cause like, I've been in a long-term relationship. I've lived with the girl. She's gone out without telling me. I don't care. She's a grown woman. The girl is the a-hole.
Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my girlfriend over her going out with a guy friend for dinner and drinks late into the night?
Wait, she said guy friend? Oh, yeah, no, wait, whoa. I mean, you can go out without telling me if you're with your girlfriends. No, okay, easy parlay, easy parlay.
My 23, GF of 9 months, 23, and I were supposed to hang out Saturday night at around 10 p.m. Around 6 p.m. she informed me she might be late and I should probably come tomorrow.
Okay.
I said I do not mind coming later and sleeping just so we can have breakfast, etc. She said okay, and would let me know when to leave. I asked her what she is up to as I was a little concerned, and she said she was having dinner with a client. She teaches piano to kids. I am a bit suspect of this, but don't assume any problems. 10 p.m. rolls around and am ready. I text her if I should leave. No reply for 15 minutes. Text her again. She says tomorrow. I ask her to call me and she says not now. I said okay soon.
I ain't gonna lie, you gonna catch me at the ring camera like these. Where you at? Where you at? I ain't gonna lie.
She calls me, and while I assumed this was a woman, she is actually with a 35-year-old man.
Something ain't right.
Dang, 35? God dang, 12 years older.
At this point I am very uncomfortable. She never told me about this and has now canceled our plans and have been unresponsive. We text a bit, with it mostly being just me telling her this is a pretty big boundary she's crossing and that I am upset she did not tell me before, canceled our plans, and doesn't seem to see the big conflict of interest here. I don't want to micromanage her life and do not own her, but I think this is way different than a party or hanging out with an old friend and is a clear boundary issue. She called me when she got home, which was at 1 a.m. She also isn't out late very often, even when we go out. I was very upset and we had a short but heated argument where I said she was effectively on a date with this guy whether she knew or not. She apologized the next day and wanted to come over yesterday to talk. When she came over she apologized to me, but I said I needed some more info. I asked about this guy, who he was, how long he had known her, what the night timeline was. Apparently she has known him since spring and has gone on multiple dinners with him.
What?
Such as this one, and she was teaching him lessons and not his child. He has none.
Why are you hiding that from me though? Because I don't care if you want to teach a 35-year-old man how to play piano. I don't care. I'm not your boss. Just tell me.
I said to her that I want to be with her, but there is doubt in my mind, and I don't think we can move forward without me seeing her communications to this guy. She said no, and that this felt invasive. After she asked for a break, I made the situation an ultimatum that this was a point of no return, and she took her things and left after we talked about how good the relationship was before and if there was anything we hadn't yet communicated / other issues. This whole time she seemed upset but didn't tell me anything like I messed up for not trusting her. She just immediately accepted the situation and—
Oh, she cheated then. Because a person who hasn't cheated and a person who wants the relationship to stay would have fought back, I ain't gonna lie.
I admit I was a bit aggressive in the questions I asked, not how I asked them, with the questioning, but I am just unsure if I made a mistake in not believing her or how I asked for this information. I am pretty sure Sumeth.
Yeah, okay, easy parlay. Ooh, I'm doing good. I haven't missed yet. You know what? I'ma bet something. Next Reddit video, I'll eat a hot chip if I'm wrong. Yeah. Oh, shit. I'm betting the hot chip. Is she wrong for not wanting to share her pregnancy with her ex? Wait, what? I'm assuming her ex got her pregnant, but her ex ended up moving on and getting a wife, and she didn't share that she was pregnant with the ex. I feel like if you're pregnant, you should share it with whoever got you pregnant. So, I'm going. The woman who is pregnant is wrong.
I'm a 29-year-old woman.
Okay.
But I used to date this guy, Joe.
Okay.
He's 30. We were
Talk to
together
me.
for 3 months before he decided to get back with his ex, Kim.
Okay.
Just after we broke up, I found out I was pregnant and now I'm 24 weeks along. When I told Joe about it, he was really happy. It turns out that Kim couldn't
Why was he happy?
have kids easily due to some health issues.
Is he going to live out the fantasy of being a father with a wife using another woman? Oh my God! So he dated you, knocked you up, left you, went to another girl, made a life with her, and then now he's coming back to take the kid and take it over there. I might be wrong. Please don't let him be in the right, bro.
And Joe always wanted to be a dad. But Joe and I knew we shouldn't get back together, so he stayed with Kim. Joe could only come to the first doctor's appointment due to the virus rules, and that's when we found out I was having twins.
Twins! You ever had like a Kit Kat bar? You like just take it apart. One go over here. Yo, let me just get one and you get one, and we can just go our separate ways, bro. Let's just you ever had like a Nature Valley bar and how there's 2 bars in the pack? You get one, I get one. Or is it fudge? I'm eating the chip.
He told Kim, and she didn't take it well. She had a tough time dealing with her own infertility issues. Then Kim wanted to talk to me, so I went to their place. She said she wants to be part of my pregnancy because she'll eventually be the stepmom to the twins. She gave me advice like having a home birth, feeding the baby
Shut up!
a certain way, and even what they should call her. I told her I'd make my own choices and let.
Yeah!
Kim didn't stop though. She texted me every day about what I.
Girl, have your own child. Oh wait, I forgot.
Period.
Don't get mad because this kitty purrs.
Period.
Like, what are you talking about?
And how I exercised and complained about her work situation.
Shut up!
She even attended a genetics counseling appointment in place of Joe and tried to make it all about her family.
Oh my God! No, she's not the a-hole. She's not the a-hole. No.
When it was time for an important scan, Joe wanted Kim to go with me, but I said no. He came along instead and found out the gender of the babies, which I wanted to be a surprise. I shared the news on my social media, and then Kim posted her own announcement about expecting twins in a different way. Oh my God. Oh my God. It bothered me, but I didn't say anything. Later, Kim had a gender reveal party and put it online.
She had a gender reveal party! Oh my God! What?
But I wasn't invited. She's even planning a baby shower. I commented on her posts, telling her to stop treating me like a surrogate and reminding her that the kids aren't hers. I also talked to Joe about this and said I wouldn't see them until we sorted things out legally, and my mom would be with me during the birth. Now, some of their friends and family are calling me names, but
I don't give a fudge!
am I wrong here?
Edit. I'm definitely getting a lawyer ASAP.
Oh dang, the way you changed the voice is kind of throwing me off. I ain't gonna lie. I wish you would have kept the same voice.
I never considered that this could have happened on purpose. We used condoms because I do not react well to hormonal birth control, and I had to wait to get a non-hormonal IUD because of other medical issues. The Thursday I posted.
You think they did this on purpose? I went all in and I fell on my ass. This is why I can't go to Vegas, bro.
I went to the police, and they stated that there was nothing they could do because a crime hadn't been committed. In my state, orders of protection are criminal or family, so I was able to get one against Joe. On Friday, I did get a lawyer, and they let me know in my state there was nothing I could do as far as custody before the babies are born. So I will be leaving my state soon to ensure that this isn't my baby's home state and I can't be charged with anything. However, someone sent this post to Kim and she came to my job, damaged my car, and broke a bunch of office windows.
Bro, it's my baby.
I work with kids, so she was arrested for not just the criminal damage and trespassing.
Oh, and just like that, she can't get custody.
But also child endangerment, so hopefully that works in my favor.
That's OD gonna work in your favor.
Also, if Joe did it on purpose, I don't think Kim knew, because she was screaming at me about how I stole her life and everything I had was supposed to be hers. Final update, I have orders of protection against both Kim and Joe. I left the state anyway.
Good.
And Joe and Kim started harassing me again because there's no legal jurisdiction when you leave the state, but I have enough evidence that I was able to press charges in my current state as well and will be pursuing a restraining order here.
Go ahead and chip me, bro. Go ahead and chip me, bro. Go. I'm not streaming anymore, so it's just you and me. Two. I don't think I forgot about you.
Woman, you're way too close.
So we're gonna be gambling by ourselves without the chat. Let's continue with this Am I the Asshole video. Is she wrong for doing this at the gym? Now, ooh, that one's hard. That's hard gambles. That's hard gambles because I don't know the context. Now, go off of pattern recognition. In almost every story, the OC, no, it's even evenly split. So it's literally a coin toss. She is the asshole. Lock me in. I got my parlay on it.
Am I the asshole for telling a guy at the gym to leave me alone?
Come on.
Wait. Decided I wanted
telling you to leave. Fuck. she might be the... Well, I said she is the asshole, right? She is the asshole! Okay.
At first I started at home in my garage, and more recently I decided to join an actual gym again.
That sounds
it's only
great.
a 4-minute drive from my husband and I's house, so it's perfect. Here's my problem though.
Talk to me.
2 weeks ago while I was deadlifting, a guy came up to me, interrupt my workout to tell me that I was rounding my back and I could get seriously injured that way. I was kind of annoyed because I don't like when people give me unsolicited advice and
even if you are lifting wrong, it is not, bro, mind your freaking business. Like, you can kindly be like, hey, your back is rounded. I don't personally do that. I think it's kind of like
interrupt my workouts. As well as what he was saying just wasn't true because I wasn't rounding my back at all.
Oh, then never mind. Screw him.
As I used to compete in powerlifting for
Oh, then never mind. Screw him.
a few years before I took a 2-year break from the gym. I know what proper form is and how to keep it. He seemed like a nice guy, so I just told him thanks, but I've got it. That was the end of that
Oh, and that's totally fine then.
interaction. The next day as I was in the gym, the same guy comes up to me, interrupts my workout again to ask me my name.
Oh, freaking brother. Okay, looks like I was right.
I tell him my name, he tells me his, and I put my headphones back on and continue my workout. I know I maybe came off as rude, but like I said, I don't like being bothered in the gym. Unless you're asking me how many sets I have left so you can use the equipment next, there's nothing to talk to me about, and
I
I don't
agree
want to
completely.
engage in conversations. That's just how I am. When I was about to leave, he stops me again and hands me his phone to put my number
Okay, I'm right.
into and tells me that we should train sometimes. I told him that if I was going to train with anyone it would be my husband, and I declined his phone. I thought that might let him know I'm really not interested. But over the course of 2 weeks he's
He
been
still
constantly
kept
trying to
going?
speak to me, interrupting me whenever he sees me. Trying to get to know me on a personal level.
I have a husband.
He's asked me out to smoothies after the gym multiple times, and he's tried once more to get my number. I constantly remind him I'm happily married. I usually just fake smile/laugh and
Where's the part where you tell your husband and he pull up to the gym with a Gen 5? You know what I'm saying? Up in a different type of weight. When's the time he pulls up with a different 4 or 5, bro?
respond very short and simple anytime we speak. Like I said, he seems like a nice guy, but I'm not in the gym to make friends or cheat on my husband. I
Right?
truly just want to work out and listen to my music, but I'm constantly having to take my headphones off to give this man attention, and now I'm spending more time in the gym because I have to catch up on what I'm really there to do, and the talking is
Right.
distracting, it's wasting a lot of time.
Right?
So yesterday while at the gym he comes up to me again while I'm in the middle of a set of goblet squats, and he taps me on the shoulder to get my attention.
Middle of the set is crazy.
He snuck up behind me and did it, so it really startled me and I dropped the weight.
Yeah, you dropped away. Now your husband got to up a different one, bro. Through this.
I finally had enough and snapped. I took my headphones off and told him to leave me the fuck alone. He told me he was just trying to say hi, and I guess he was embarrassed or something because he just walked out of the gym
Oh, bro, like he was being obnoxious, bro.
after that. I found that weird because didn't you come to work out too? It's like he only came for me, and when I told him to leave me alone he just left. I finished my workout and left. Now today I'm kind of worried about going to the gym because I know he'll be there, and I honestly don't want to deal with this anymore.
That's another thing that's annoying about like having interactions that you don't like at the gym. You still have to consistently go to that gym, bro. People who shoot their shots in gyms, I don't know how they do it, bro. If I ever shot a shot at a girl in a gym that I consistently go to, she says no, and then I see that same girl in the same gym, I have to leave. Is he wrong for kicking out his pregnant fiance? Check me out with this dice roll. The title would insinuate that he's in the wrong. I'm gonna call out the clickbait. He's not the asshole. Lock me in.
My fiance and I have been
Talk to
together
me.
for 6 years, and she is currently 5.5 months pregnant with our daughter.
Okay.
4 weeks ago I was promoted, and this meant a complete job shift. I'm doing a lot heavier physical labor now, and due to this, my sleeping patterns have been royally fucked up. I have started tossing and turning in my sleep, talking, snoring, groping her, and being completely unaware of it. And
No.
just being all around restless. I understand this is a me issue and that I need to find a way to correct it, but haven't found alternatives so far. Sleeping pills helps with the snoring and groping, and I still flail around apparently, and it leaves me groggy the next day, leading to an unsafe work environment. So I tend to not take them unless I don't work the next day. Well, several times I've woken up to my fiance sleeping on the couch and her being over the top pissed at me because she's
I ain't gonna lie, you need to be sleeping on the couch, bro.
fucking sick of me causing her sleepless nights. I have slept on the couch a few times to try and give her space, but I
Okay.
can't do that too often because the couch is extremely
Oh wait, no, you have a physical job. You have a physical job.
hard on the back, and it leaves me in physical pain. Mix that with the manual labor I work, and it fucking sucks. Well, last night I apparently kept elbowing her in my sleep.
What the fudge? That's short ass story. No, he's the a-hole. Is he? There's nothing he can really do, but there's nothing she could do either. He's the a-hole for kicking around something wrong. On your catalytic converter, I get this next one right. Look, double or nothing. Is he wrong for body slamming a child? No.
For slamming a child in the stomach with a metal pipe at the grocery store?
I zoned out.
Child in the stomach with a metal pipe at the grocery
Jesus Christ.
Metal pipe? What happened to like that? What happened to taking off the belt? I don't know if there's too many situations that can excuse a metal pipe. I can't lie.
Hear me out.
I'll hear you out, but I'm worried.
Buying my groceries as usual, and as I am checking out this beautiful can of tomato sauce, I stumbled upon a child maybe 5 to 6 years old. He looked up at me and asked his mom, "Mom, I want that can of tomato sauce." So I start to argue with this kid and his mom. He doesn't have the right to call dibs on anything he wants in the grocery store.
Yeah, and I grabbed it. But a metal pipe over a can of tomato sauce is crazy, bro.
If I found it first, it's mine. I don't care what this kid's mom has to say. This kid can't just steal my rightfully owned can of tomato sauce like that. All the anger I have been holding for the past few weeks ever since my wife left me.
Damn. Your catalytic converter is cooked, bro. I lost it. I hold you. I did you dirty.
Ever since my mother kicked me out, the house was all let out, and I pull out my trusty metal pipe that I've been keeping in my backpack just in case. Pick up the child, throw it in the air, and slam it with my metal pipe
Did you just home run a child?
hard as I can. The kid goes flying into the toothpaste aisle of the grocery store, crying. His mother starts screaming at me and threatens to call the police. I don't care. I would rather keep my can of tomato sauce. It is rightfully mine. I have all the right in the world to slam him with a metal pipe.
Officer, right there.
You serious, my brother?
Triple or nothing. Let's go. Is he wrong for... Okay, look, this should be easy. Murder is never okay. He's not the asshole. I put it on the entire structural integrity of your house.
Am I the asshole for smothering my paraplegic son in his sleep?
Yes, you are.
14-year-old son got hit by a car, totally unrelated, and lost the ability to walk. Being the good dad I am, I bought him a PC, but recently he stopped showering and hasn't tried once to go outside.
He's paraplegic.
One day I noticed he left his computer on whilst he was asleep. I saw League of Legends open on his desktop, so I had to end him right there and then.
This goofy ass story, bro. All right, bet. You're good. We're good. Even though that was free because like that one, come on, bro. Let's keep it a stack. I'm gonna have to take that. Is she wrong for eating dinner with her ex's parents? I'm gonna go no. Put that on your firstborn child. I know you're 15 and you haven't had a kid yet. So anyone who already has a kid who's watching this, hey, congratulations on being a parent. But no, I'm not talking about your firstborn child. I'm talking about the 15-year-old that's watching this video who hasn't had a child yet. I'm putting it on your firstborn child. Wouldn't want to put it on any kids that exist currently.
AITA for crashing a dinner on my ex.
Wait, I thought ex's parents. Oh no, I think she's gonna be the a-hole. I think she's gonna be on some crazy stuff. Fudge!
I, 32F, broke up with my longtime partner Nathan, 33M, right before COVID hit.
Okay.
We stayed in the same house during lockdown and continued to live together after the lockdown was lifted because we generally get along, and we had a child, 11F, to raise together.
Whoa.
Over the last 3 years, we've been roommates and co-parents, nothing more. One day, he was supposed to take our daughter to buy new school clothes, but she came back 10 minutes later in tears. She said they were on their way to the store when his new girlfriend, Kelsey, called, and he drove her back home and dropped her off so he could go spend time with her.
Wait, so he might be a bad person.
But she was tired of covering for him, implying she'd been lying for him for a while now. When he got home, I didn't care if he dated other girls. I cared that, for some reason, he thought he had to sneak around, and it made him act like a
and also lying to our daughter, bro. Like getting our daughter to lie.
jerk to me and our daughter. I told him that if he had been a man about this new girl and just introduced me to her, then maybe we could have all been friends, but instead, he had to act like a dumb teenager, and it ended with him moving out to live with his parents, Ethan and Olivia. A couple of days later, he called and apologized, saying he hoped it wasn't too late for him to do things right, and he hoped we could all be friends. I was hopeful that we could finally co-parent in peace for the sake of our child. And this is where things took a turn for the worse.
Talk to me.
I have always been close with my ex's parents, to the point where even after we broke up, I would be invited over regularly for dinner.
She's talking about Nathan.
They said even if I wasn't their son's partner, I'm still their grandchild's mother, and that makes them family. So one day, when my daughter texts me while at their house and invites me to dinner because they're having my favorite meal, I don't think twice about coming over, even though Kelsey, whom I've never met, now lives there. I figured everyone had to be okay with it since my daughter was inviting me.
Damn, his freaking... Yo, what does Nathan do, bro? I couldn't imagine being in a situation where, like, I have... No, never mind. No, that's crazy. No, that is crazy. When you're, like, not ready to have a child is one thing. That happens. Mistakes happen. Living with your parents with said child and your girlfriend is crazy. No, that's crazy. I don't think it's bad for me to say that's crazy.
I ended up having dinner with Ethan, Olivia, and my daughter, But Nathan only came upstairs to grab 2 plates of food and went back downstairs. When I asked Olivia why, she said Kelsey wasn't feeling well today. Whatever, I thought, she's just sick and I'll meet her another day. I had a perfectly pleasant dinner with my ex-in-laws, helped clean up, and made a promise to bring them a coconut cake, Ethan's favorite.
I love coconut cake. Oh my god.
I am now going to assault your mind with subliminal messages.
And took my daughter home. Later, Nathan blew up my phone with texts and calls, saying it was so weird and
Shut up. Okay, wait, she might not be the a-hole. I might be correct.
rude that I came over for dinner uninvited,
Who cares?
that I made Kelsey feel uncomfortable
I don't care about Kelsey.
and unwelcome there, and that I caused trouble in their relationship because she assumes we must still be in love for me to come over and see his parents out of the blue like that.
Gang, we're co-parents. I'm gonna be in your life. Shut up.
I had a talk with my daughter and asked her calmly if she had asked everyone else if it was okay if I come over before she texted me, and she sheepishly said she didn't know she had to ask since it had never been a problem before.
Yeah, and that's her freaking mom.
I didn't tell her about her dad's meltdown at me, or tell Nathan that she's the one who invited me. She's a child and shouldn't be involved. Instead, I just told him I'm sorry. Me dropping by made things awkward, but I thought he wanted us all to be friends from now on, and I figured this was a good place to start being friends. He said there was no way she'd want to be my friend now that I made her feel uncomfortable in her
I don't
own
give a
home.
fudge.
It wasn't my intention to make anyone uncomfortable, but I admit I'd be perturbed if I was the other girl and this happened to me. Update 1. I'll start from the day after the dinner and try to give a concise recap of events. The day after the dinner, I bring Ethan the coconut cake I promised, but not wanting to stir up trouble, I text that I'm bringing it over instead of dropping by unannounced like I normally would. Ethan meets me on the porch instead of inviting me in like he normally would, and I gathered from his distant but polite tone and body language that he was basically shooing me away. I was hurt that a man who had always treated me like a daughter was being cold, but I didn't say anything about it and left. Over the next couple of weeks, my ex-in-laws continue to hold me at arm's length.
Yeah, that sucks. But like at the end of the day, Nathan is their son, so they have his best interest in mind, unfortunately. Even though Nathan is a dickhead.
Consider them not only family, but close friends. I used to take Olivia to doctor's appointments and shopping trips, but texts asking her about her next appointment or inviting her to come shopping with me went unanswered. I
Right.
used to go fishing and go karting with Ethan, but these invites also stopped. I had a sneaking suspicion Nathan was behind the sudden change in my ex-in-laws, and
Of
I
course he
also
was.
started to notice a change in my daughter. Because Nathan and I were never actually married, there was no actual custody agreement between us. She would just text her dad if she wanted him to come pick her up, or text me if she wanted to come home. She's always been a daddy's girl and spent more time with him than
Aww.
she did at home with me, and I was fine with that, but after the dinner, she spent a lot more time at home with me. One day, she went with her dad, only to call me within the hour crying and asking me to pick her up.
Oh, never mind. She's with the mom.
On the way home, I gently reminded her that she could talk to me about anything, even if it was hard, and that adjusting to her dad having Kelsey in his life would be a challenge, but if she had any problems, she could tell me, and I would help her fix them. She then told me what had transpired over from her point of view. Her dad and Kelsey had been dating for about 6 months before my daughter told me, and
Okay.
she pretty much knew about it from the beginning. Nathan told her she couldn't tell me about it, and she agreed because she didn't want us to fight.
Right.
Nathan also had Kelsey around my daughter from the beginning, and my daughter was wary of her at first but started to like her. The day after the dinner, Olivia texted my daughter and basically said, "You're not in any trouble, but don't mention your mom around Kelsey again."
Don't mention your mom around Kelsey again. Okay.
My daughter texted back asking why, and she said, "It's just easier not to upset her." Kelsey started doing all the things with my ex-in-laws I used to do. She took Olivia to doctor's appointments and went shopping with her, and she went fishing with
Wow.
Ethan.
Wow.
Even tried to replicate my coconut cake. My daughter tried talking to her dad and said it felt like Kelsey was trying to replace me, and he just said, "She's just being their daughter-in-law. Your mother isn't their daughter-in-law anymore." Still, my daughter is stubborn and insisted it wasn't fair that her mother was being excluded from the family.
W daughter.
Nathan just kept repeating, "She's not family," to which my daughter yelled, "She's my mom, that makes her more family than Kelsey." At this, Kelsey
W daughter.
apparently got up and left the room while Nathan ran after her.
I don't give a fudge about Kelsey.
Kelsey didn't just leave the room. She took her keys, got in her car, and drove away. Nathan drove after her, while Ethan and Olivia started scolding my daughter and saying she
Whack. Okay, never mind. Bro, it's everybody K in this bitch, bro. It's just the mom and the daughter.
needed to apologize to
No.
Kelsey when she got back. That's when my daughter called me in tears and asked me to come pick her up. She's insistent that she doesn't want to go back over there until they all apologize to her, and I don't blame her. As sad as I am for myself, my heart breaks tenfold for her. Update 2.
Talk to
In
me.
the last couple of months, I've gotten a lawyer and have been working out custody with Nathan, which
Ooh,
was
that
rough
sounds
at
great.
first, but then calmed down. I don't want to go into too many details because this situation doesn't really involve me anymore, just my ex, and he is still my daughter's father. So I'll give the short version. When Nathan was contacted by my lawyer, he started blowing up my phone,
Don't care.
saying I was trying to take his daughter
Yes.
and all his money away from him, and how could I do this to him because he would never do this to me, etc. I shut that down quickly and told him I didn't want a dime from him. I just wanted some assurance that the agreement we already had, where our daughter stays with me but is free to visit him, stays in place. He kept trying to say lawyers were unnecessary because he wasn't going to try to take her, but I didn't back down and he eventually caved. Meanwhile, I had my own things to sort through, and so did my daughter. It took a while to fully own the fact that I definitely contributed to the pain she is now feeling. When I broke up with Nathan, I comforted her by telling her nothing would change, that we were still living together. Then Nathan moved out, and still I told her nothing would change, that I'll still be active in my
Oh, she kept telling her nothing would change.
in-laws' lives. And while that was a nice thought, it didn't really prepare my daughter for the reality that families change all the time, and change doesn't
Right.
have to be bad or scary. This entire time she was basing her mental health on the idea that nothing about her family will change, so Kelsey's introduction slowly started to crumble away that feeling. But change is good, and change is normal. I may not like being cut off from Ethan and Olivia, but they're not wrong when they say I'm not family anymore.
Yeah.
They're not wrong for trying to be
understandable.
welcoming to the new woman in their son's life. It sucks that life goes on. Anyway, my daughter has been going over there for a few hours about once or twice a week with lots of caveats that she, her dad, and I all agreed to. She gets to decide when she comes over. Her dad can invite her, but she's allowed to say no, and he can't argue. No one will force her to interact with anyone she doesn't want to. No one will take her anywhere if she doesn't want to go. If anyone makes her uncomfortable, she'll leave and walk to Diane's house and call me to come pick her up. Diane is a co-worker of mine who lives 3 blocks away and has known my daughter since she was a baby. This arrangement has been working out, and my daughter has said everyone has been extra nice to her, but they haven't actually said sorry for anything they did. She slowly started to seem happier and happier over there, and asked if she could go to Ethan's birthday party because her aunt and uncle from out of state would be visiting with her cousins, and I said
Okay.
yes. Well, tonight she came home and told me a doozy of a story. The party was great, everyone was having a good time, but Kelsey was nowhere to be found.
Oh, shoot.
Apparently, she wasn't feeling good again, and Nathan went downstairs to check on her. Suddenly, they hear him screaming, "Where is it? What did you do with it?" Everyone got
What?
quiet and looked to the
What?
stairs, where Nathan stomped up and said everyone had to turn out their pockets because some money was missing from his parents' safe.
Kelsey took it. Kelsey took it. Kelsey took it.
For some context, this safe is locked under the stairs and needs a key and combination to get into it. It has important documents for the entire family and emergency cash in it. Ethan, Olivia, Nathan,
Kelsey ran off with the bag, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna
and
lie.
now Kelsey are the only ones who know the combination, and the only key is hidden in the master bedroom. Nathan went downstairs to check on Kelsey, and she was asleep in bed, but the door to the cupboard under the stairs was open. He got a bad feeling and checked the safe, and about $2,000 was missing. He woke Kelsey up, and she cried and said she had been asleep the entire time, and someone must have come down and stolen the money while she was sleeping. I was pretty gratified to hear that my ex's family is nowhere near as naive as he is, and immediately tore into him for believing that lie. None of them had a key or knew the combination, and all of them had been hanging out in the living room. Kelsey cleans the master bedroom all the time and knows where the key was. Kelsey knows the combination. Kelsey was downstairs the entire time.
Yeah,
Kelsey is the
OD
only
took
person
that.
who could have done it. Nathan tried to defend Kelsey and told
Bro, what's Nathan's deal, bro?
everyone to leave her alone, but Ethan put his foot down and told his son to find the money or he would call the cops to do it. Nathan went back downstairs to talk to Kelsey, and everyone upstairs could hear her sobbing and calling him names. She went to drive off in her car, and Nathan followed her, and what did he see sitting in her backseat?
The bread.
Bag stuffed with bills, a bag that wasn't there a few hours ago. He tried to stop Kelsey from leaving, but she tore out of the driveway like a bat out of hell. Ethan and Olivia are furious and want to press charges, but Nathan is begging them not to,
Yo, Nathan, you gonna get me tight, bro.
saying he can get her to bring it back. I don't know where this is going to go next, but honestly, I'm just kind of glad I ended up not being friends with Nathan and Kelsey.
Yeah, because they would have. I did it. Hey, man, I told you your firstborn child is safe, bro. Enjoy fatherhood, motherhood, all that. Your kid is fine, bro. Come on, it's me. Never miss with this, bro. I'm gonna bet something IRL. I already have to eat a hot chip. Is he wrong for not letting his pregnant sister sleep in his bed? Okay. If I get this one wrong, I have to not only eat the hot chip and go 30 seconds without drinking any water. Okay, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real. Fuck no.
You are not wrong for dictating who sleeps in your bed. I'm putting this on your right rear tire. If I get this wrong, your tire gets slashed.
I, 26M, rent a small 2-bedroom apartment. I live alone, but I use the second bedroom as my office because I work from home full time. My older sister, Lily, 31F, is 6 months pregnant and soon to be a single mother. She has some issues with her apartment. She's in a disagreement with her landlord and in the process of moving out, so she asked if she could stay with me for a few weeks.
Okay.
Of course, I said yes and told her I'd be happy to accommodate her for as long as she needed. She moved in last weekend, and the first thing she did when settling in was point toward my bed and say, "I'll take this one."
Shorty, if you don't take the guest bed?
I laughed, thinking she was joking. Only later in the evening, when I asked if she needed anything else before bed, did she mention that she wasn't joking about wanting to sleep in my bed. Now, I'm a bit of a germaphobe, and I'm quite uncomfortable with the idea of other people sleeping in my bed.
Understandable, and you have a guest room.
I told her that I wasn't comfortable letting anyone else sleep in my bed, but I'd gladly set her up with my guest bed, which I used to sleep on before buying my current bed and know for a fact is very comfortable and spacious. Then she started guilt-tripping me, saying that since she got pregnant, she's had trouble falling asleep.
That's crazy. That's tough. I didn't pipe you.
I stood my ground and told her I was happy to accommodate her, but I wasn't giving up my bedroom. She sulked but took the guest bed. That lasted exactly 2 nights before she started complaining that the bed was too stiff, and I offered to buy a new mattress topper.
Topper? Okay. Oh, that's a good accommodation.
She tried the "you're my brother, you should want to make me comfortable" guilt trip again.
The thing is, I'm totally okay with making you feel comfortable. You are my sister. It seems like a power thing though. I literally offered a mattress topper.
I told her she was lucky I could even take her in since I work 10 hours a day from home and value having a private, calm, and quiet work environment.
No cap. I've had my brothers live with me before, and like I've had people stay with me for extended periods of time, and I have no problem doing it. I love helping the people around me, especially because I know I'm in a blessed position. Bro, I'll be lying if I said it doesn't weigh on me over time though, bro. I love having my own space, bro. When people stay with me for like prolonged periods of time, I'm talking about like more than a week. Oh, it gets to me. I'll be lying if I said it didn't get to me, bro.
She called me selfish and accused me of not caring about her or her baby.
That's
I
crazy.
told her she could take the couch if the guest bed was that unbearable. Well, she did, but only for one night before turning into an absolute menace. On the second night on the couch, she made sure to sigh loudly all night, accidentally bump into things, and complain the next morning about how horrible I was making her feel.
Don't care.
The following day, she kept making calls and talking loudly on the phone while I was working, but later it became very clear what they were about. That evening, I started getting phone calls from most, if not all, of my family members. Apparently, she had been ranting all day on the phone to my family about how rude and horrible I was
Shut up. There's no way.
making her feel, trying to get them to pressure me into letting her sleep in my bed.
No, bruh.
Like she was on a mission or something. My mom took her side and tore me a new one over the phone,
I'm hanging up.
saying that Lily is carrying a child and I'm being inconsiderate.
She carrying a child or am I carrying a child, bro? I feel like I have a freaking toddler in my residence.
She also said, "I thought I taught you better hospitality than this. I am very disappointed." My aunt called to tell me that my uncle, her husband, used to sleep on the couch and sometimes even on the floor next to her when she was pregnant. Even my cousin, who I haven't spoken to in like 2 years, called to tell me I'm being selfish. My father is taking my side, telling me to ignore them and that my sister is a screw-up who got herself into this situation
Come on. That's your daughter, bro.
in the first place, but I feel like my mom is giving him a super hard time in the background because he sounded hesitant when I asked him to have my back. Honestly, I just feel like I'm in the middle of a soap opera drama.
This is
My mom
dramatic
is
as
threatening
hell.
to come take Lily home. Yeah,
Take her home.
like that's much of a threat, lol. But she's giving me such a hard time, telling me I disappointed her and that she raised me better. I don't know how to feel about this anymore. Am I the jerk for not letting my pregnant sister sleep in my bed? My mother
Talk
made
to
the
me.
drive over yesterday. She came in quite furious, barely said a word to
Don't care.
me, and just wanted to take Lily and leave ASAP. She had that cold, disappointed look on her face. It broke my heart, honestly. I told them, Lily and my mother, that I wanted to talk and explain my side of the story.
They don't
I
want to
told
hear
them
it.
both that I didn't want them to leave on bad terms. I sat them down in the living room and explained my side of things.
They don't
I
care.
also decided to show them the original post, and it did help calm them down and make them second guess their opinions. I also believe they were quite embarrassed, judging by the looks on their faces when I showed them the post, to see everything written out like that, but they didn't dare say a word about it, lol. In the end, they both agreed that my apartment is my personal space,
Oh, good ending?
and also my workplace, and they understood why it was difficult for me to give up my bed. It wasn't totally smooth, though. They still gave me a bit of a hard time, saying that while they do understand my side now, I could have still been the bigger person and just let Lily sleep in my bed. At least they did drop the whole "you're selfish" act.
You know, I'm not overtly mad at that.
I demanded that my sister call each and every one of them to let them know my side and calm them down. Lily was reluctant at first, but my mother gave her the look, and eventually, she came around and told me she'd do it on the drive back to my parents. I was honestly surprised she agreed. My aunt even called me today to apologize. That was
Oh shoot, good ending.
definitely unexpected and very satisfying. Lol. Lily is now staying with my parents. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I get a call in a few weeks with them ranting about her being entitled in their house. Can't wait to see how they'll handle that one. Hopefully, this is the last time I'll have to deal with this. Lily still needs to move her stuff from her old apartment, which is a 30-minute drive from
Yo, this Minecraft parkour is mesmerizing me. I feel like a kid. I don't know why.
so I know she's going to ask for my help. Not that I would mind, I'd be happy to help her, but I'm worried she might want to stay at my place again or use my place to store some of her stuff.
Yeah, hell
Also,
nah.
she might bring this whole thing up again, and I couldn't be asked to deal with it once more. But that's a problem for another day, though, hopefully not. So in the end, I believe it turned out the best way possible.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you
not a
guys
bad
for
ending.
that. Seriously, I appreciate each and every one of you who took the time to comment on my original post. Thank you. Relevant comments.
Talk to me.
Commenter. I'm so glad you spoke to them and got the story straight. They still sound like they think you're in the wrong. Honestly, I would take a big step back from Lily and anyone who was disrespectful to you. Don't help Lily move, she needs to figure it out on her own. You were kind enough to her, and she tried to take advantage of you. If you help her, you'll end up doing all the work. Let your parents and all your
Right, and then you open the floodgates to her being okay with asking you something like that again. But, hey, that's gonna be the video. I hope you guys liked it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. It's gonna be it from me. Peace.